This is Zichru Simanim Gemara Basra Daf Kof Lamed Gimel. And again, our 3-digit dafim, we spell out the daf Kof Lamed Gimel Clog. So this is going to be the daf about clogs. We see a wonderful picture of a person on his deathbed, and what is lying next to him? Clogs. Of course, you look carefully and you see some diamonds in those clogs. So the guy in his deathbed is giving away Kol Nachasai Lacha. He's giving away his entire estate, including his incredible diamond-studded clogs, to a non-relative, thereby disinheriting his son. Why? His son, unfortunately, was a rotten son. He wasn't acting appropriately. But you see that with the people standing over his deathbed, we're not sure. Is that the right thing to do? What do you mean? Maybe there's going to be grandchildren that will be good kids. Why are you totally removing the Yerusha from that child, which is the discussion whether it is the right thing to not give a Yerusha to someone who's not acting appropriately. And then you see the son over here, you see a wonderful fish, the story in which the son, after not getting the inheritance, found a fish with diamonds inside of it, and he is selling it to Hektish, as you can see depicted by the Beis Hamikdash in the background, selling it to Hektish at a great price. The story, whether the right or the wrong thing, could be proven from the fact that the son found his diamonds and sold it at such a low price. So we have Daf Kuf Lamed Gimel, the clogs, the diamond-studded clogs being given away to non-relative, in order so that the son who's not acting appropriately should not get the Yerusha. Whether it is right to not give it to the son, and the story in which the son found the diamonds and gave it to the Beis Hamikdash. And we go a little bit deeper, and point number one is someone who writes away all his properties as someone called Nachasai Lach, but he didn't say, is it a Matana or Yerusha? Says Rav Huna, what do? We look at the story. If the person he gave it to is Ra'ili Yarsha, then he gets it as Yerusha. If not, he gives it as a Matan. So explains the Gemara. Rav Huna is going like Rav Yechim and Broika, who we've discussed the past dafim, who holds that you're allowed to give away something away out of the Yerusha. Says the Gemara, what's the difference whether the recipient takes it Mishum Yerusha or Mishum Atana? The difference is if he says the Chasei Lacha V'acharecha Leploini. If it was given as a Yerusha, that Ein L'Sheni Makam Rishon Klum, the first guy gets it and then it goes down to his children. But if it was given as a Matana, then of course it would be able to be broken out of the family. We go into number two. Point number two is whether it is right or wrong to give away. Those are the two guys standing over the deathbed wondering, but wait, maybe he's going to have a good child. Masha Asli, you didn't give it to the kid, it works, but Chazal are not happy with him. Says Rashbag, but wait, if the kid's not acting properly, then Zachar Latayv, it's a good thing. So the question is, do the Rabbanan agree or disagree to the fact that if the son is not acting appropriately, it's the right thing to give it away from him? The Gemara concludes, Shinna lo teve avure achsanta, va'afilu mibara bishal bara taiva v'kolshkin lebara lebrata. Seemingly that the Rabbanan disagree, and the Rabbanan never approve of giving away a Yerusha entirely, even if the son is not Noyi Kishura. Those two people standing over the deathbed saying, what are you doing? Maybe there's got to be a good child. And number three, Daf Kuf Lamed Gimel, the Daf about clogs, is the story of Yossi ben Yoezer, who he did not give it to his child who was not Lo Noyi Kishura. The Chan finds that jewel and he sells it to Hektish at a value. He was makdish a person of gold dinarim, so that Yosef ben Ezer, so his son did not get it. The son marries King Yanai's daughter, the crown maker, and he buys a fish. He finds a gold jewel inside. His wife says, don't sell it to the king. You're not going to get a price. Give it to Hektish. And now we have two versions of the story. They assessed it at 13 purses of gold dinarim, but they only had 7 purses. Says the Gemara, Yosef ben Ezer hechlas achas, and his son give in 6. And his son, or another version said his son took out 7. So according to the first lashon of the Gemara, sounds like his son did the right thing. His son learned his lesson because he didn't get the Yerusha, and therefore he gave it to Hektish at a good price. According to the second version, the exact opposite, that the son took away money from Hektish at a large value. So Daf Kuf Lamed Gimel, the Daf about Clogs, Daf Kuf Lamed Gimel, the Shechim on his deathbed giving away all his properties. We're not sure if it's as a matana or a Yerusha to someone else. We have them standing and wondering, I know your son was not acting properly, but say the Rabbanan, it's still not the right thing, because maybe there'll be a son down the line who'll be good, and the son who gets married and buys a fish and finds the diamonds inside the two L'Shainais, whether he learned his lesson or not, for the fact that he sold it to the Beis HaMikdash, the diamond-studded clogs, Daf Kuf Lamed Gimel.